So as you probably know already, in Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, the dual blades are absolutely awesome. I've had a ton of fun with them throughout the story and the master ranks, and with the new elemental damage being so high on the weapons, as well as the new skills and stats, we wanted to share with you guys endgame builds so that you can try them out. Of course, click like down below to support the video, and subscribe for all the other guides that are on the channel. Write in the comments what build you're using, what skills and gear pieces you have, because I really want to know what everyone's playstyle and what everyone's building. I want to share a little bit of my experience with you guys before we jump straight into the build. Throughout my journey in Sunbreak, I of course was looking at the armor pieces and sort of piecing together my very own mix set. I found that I really enjoyed the Bloodlust skill, because it gives you increased attack, evasion, and stamina reduction while you have the effect, and then once you've cleansed it by attacking, which dual blades do really well with their rapid hits, you then got increased affinity. I felt it was a very rewarding way to play, and synergized really nicely with the dual blades, as well as combining it with things like Coalescence for increased attack, elemental attack, and status build up after cleansing a status, as well as things like Resuscitate that gave you attack when suffering from the status, so either way you were getting attack bonuses. It meant that the Frenzy from the Bloodlust skill made this ultimate combo that all chained together and worked perfectly on the dual blades. It was very fun to play, it encouraged you to be offensive, to cleanse the buff, to get all of the effects rolling on you, and it was just a really good time. I even found that I could slot in Chain Crit, which at maximum gives you around 15 extra elemental and raw attack, which is perfect for a weapon like the dual blades. So in the end I came up with this high damage set that was full of synergy that I was very happy with. And I plan to use this set in this video to show it to you guys because of how fun it was and how well it functioned, and I mean after all it got me through all the content in the game. And you can see it on the screen now if you would like to use this for yourself. I definitely recommend trying it because it's a very fun playstyle, and it's good enough to get you through all the content in the game. However, I then stumbled on Pilgrim's and T3H Fish's dual blades builds, and after trying them out, I actually think that you guys will benefit more by using one of these sets because it's insane for the damage and synergy on them. So my set's on screen if you do want to try that, but full credit to Pilgrim and T3H Fish, who are excellent players and excellent mix set makers and overall just impressive people. Their guide will be linked in the comments down below, and we're going to go over two of their builds from their guide. So there are two versions of this build that I'm going to show you guys. This first one is a self-sustaining high damage set that directly benefits from the Dereliction skill. This Dereliction skill drains your health in exchange for increased elemental damage while in the red switch scroll, which is perfect for the dual blades, but it also has the all-important Chain Crit in it for that extra raw and elemental damage. Of course, the rapid hitting nature of the dual blades means that this skill is perfect for us. Finally, there's also a point in Bloodright, which gives us a little bit of health regeneration when attacking. This helps keep sustain us while losing health from Dereliction, meaning we might not have to stop to heal so long as we're breaking parts and dealing damage. The armor pieces for this build include 3 pieces of the Archfiend set, the gloves, waist and legs, the Kaiser crown, and the Malzeno mail. This version is also for thunder attack. I'm choosing to show this one to you guys because it's a fantastic element that quite a lot of monsters are actually weak to, but also because the Nawa dual blades are incredibly powerful now. They have some nice purple sharpness, massive amount of elemental attack, as well as decent raw. So it's the ideal weapon for us. But you can swap this out for whatever dual blades you like and replace the elemental attack decorations to match the weapon that you're using. Furthermore, you're not reliant on any god roll talisman. So long as you have a talisman that has a couple 2 slots or a 3 and a 2 slot, it's going to do. So really bring the best talisman you have and adjust your decorations accordingly. For your weapon rampage decoration slot, you essentially want to use whichever anti-monster version matches the monster that you're going to fight. Do note though, these did get a nerf in Sunbreak. They aren't as powerful as they used to be, but it's still a nice little damage boost. So let's go over each piece. The Kaiser crown is insanely good for weapons that focus on crit, such as the dual blades, because it has critical eye 3 baked in as well as crit boost 1. Furthermore, it's got 3 level 1 decoration slots, which is fantastic for elemental attack decorations, another speciality of the dual blades, so this one works perfectly for us. Next is the Malzeno mail. This is fantastic because it comes with Bloodright built in. It's only 1 point, but that's all you're really going to need. It also has Weakness Exploit 1 built in, which we need anyway, so it's fantastic. It's got a final point of Part Breaker that's baked in, which is nice and synergizes with Bloodright, but it's just an extra skill, so it's nice to have. For the decoration slots, you want to add crit boost as well as another elemental attack decoration. For the Archfiend gloves, they come with 2 levels of Dereliction baked in, which is fantastic and gives us a lot of extra elemental attack, but it also has a point in Resentment. This is nice because Dereliction will be draining us, so Resentment is a nice bonus. For the level 4 slot, you want to use a level 4 critical element jewel, which gives us 2 out of 3 of the critical element levels. In the Archfiend Waste, it's got another point in weakness exploit built in, and it has 2 levels of chain crit, which is absolutely perfect. On the level 4 slot, I've gone for a final point in critical element. Depending on your talisman, you might be able to swap this out for something more efficient in the level 4 slot. In the Archfiend legs, they also finish off Dereliction with it baked in, as well as an extra point of resentment, which is just nice to have. They also boast an amazing level 3 and 2 level 2 slots, so here you want to put your last points of weakness exploit, critical boost, and then an extra attack boost. This attack boost is optional, because for your talisman, it's really the best that you have. For me, I have a attack boost 2 talisman with a 3 and a 1 slot. So by adding in another attack boost in my talisman slot with the 2 baked in and the previous one on the Archfiend legs, I can reach attack boost level 4 for an extra 5% attack bonus, and the last level 1 slot gives me my final elemental attack level. It's worth noting that Handicraft is actually really good for dual blades now, not just because of the extra attacks it gives you in the highest sharpness threshold, but because the new Iron Silk buff, which gives you sharpness back when you evade, means that you never actually have to sharpen so long as you're evading well. This means that points in Handicraft will give you a little more leeway when evading attacks before losing a tier of sharpness. Overall, this gives you some amazing synergy as well as the staple offensive skills that the dual blades benefit from. Your attacks will pack a punch with this build. You're going to end up with maximum thunder attack, level 4 attack boost for that 5% raw attack bonus, critical eye 3 for more critical chance, weakness exploit and critical boost 3, which obviously synergize together, critical element 3, which is actually good for the dual blades now because we have such high elemental attack, of course Dereliction 3, which is fantastic, Resentment 2, which is a nice bonus to combo with Dereliction, Chain Crit 2, which is fantastic for the rapid hits of the dual blades, as well as Partbreaker 1 and Bloodright 1 for more sustain when hitting those broken parts to counter the health loss of Dereliction. But with just one small change to the build, you can actually make an alternate version, which is the second version we want to talk about, that's slightly more offensively optimized and doesn't rely on Bloodright to sustain you. Instead, you can use the new Dango Shifter, which heals you when switch skill swapping and is incredibly powerful and probably will get nerfed at some point. But by using this, you can actually change the Malzano chest piece with the Alucanth chest piece, and you can fit in a bunch more critical eye for more affinity, and you don't need Bloodright because Dango Shifter is going to heal you so much anyway. These builds obviously require you to maintain focus on your health, on your wire bugs and everything like that, so that you don't accidentally die to the Dereliction. But once you get used to it, all of these buffs that give you more attack, more elemental attack, are fantastic and make you absolutely destroy monsters. So let me know in the comments down below if you plan to use these builds, and of course credit to Pilgrim and Fish, obviously they know their stuff and these builds are fantastic. If you did enjoy this one, make sure to click like down below to support the video. And of course click the subscribe button if you would like to see our other Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak content. On the screen now are some more videos that we think you might like. So if you do like the look of them, you can always give them a click to give them a chance, watch them, then let us know what you think of them in the comments down below. If you don't want to click them, that's totally okay too, but they are on the screen